If you have small children watching, please turn them away from the screen. Invoke Despair. All of it. Alright, what is up, my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. Fire the Magic Online. We've got to play some Pioneer, because for me, I'm about to play in the Regional Championship at DreamHack. Of course, for you, you'll see this on Monday, which will be afterwards, and maybe I won, maybe I came in dead last. Who knows, actually? But wanted to try out this deck. Recently did well on a Magic Online League, played by UEGJO. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's cool. Playing the Waste Not discard deck. This deck's actually been like a fringe deck in Pioneer for, I don't know, the last few months. It's honestly been pretty sweet. I played it before multiple times. It actually plays out really, really well. But the cool little caveat here, of course, that Smuggler's Copter was just unbanned. And Waste Not doesn't care if you make them discard a card, only if they discard a card in general. So against cards like Smuggler's Copter, obviously, but Ledger Shredder and any other card that would discard, Waste Not's going to give you a bunch of value over thing. Now, of course, Copter is a may. They don't have to loot, but if you can turn Copter into a 3/3 for 2 or whatever vehicle with no upside, with your card that's already the engine for your deck regardless, so it's like a, incidental hate, that's pretty sweet. So a lot of discard here, a lot of good black cards. Obviously, Fatal Push and Thoughtseize are obviously two of the best cards in the format. Sheoldred's Edict, the new Bitter Triumph, Liliana, Sheoldred. These cards don't need too much of a introduction here, but the real play is the discard, right? So you have Go Blank. The real thing to make this deck work, however, is the lands. So now, the problem with Waste Not is you play Waste Not, plays discard spells, their hand is empty, and the rest of the game may just draw a card and play it, so you never have to use the discard spells anymore. This deck features the card Geier Reach Sanitarium, which is a land that makes each player draw and discard. So if you have a Sheoldred in play or a Waste Not in play, even if they're empty-handed, this can still trigger it. They lose life with Sheoldred. Waste Not triggers, which is a really, really awesome way to kind of keep using Waste Not over and over again once you get down to that mid-game state of both players being empty-handed. Also, the new Sunken Citadel here is really cool as a way to kind of Ancient Tomb up your activations. This can help activate your Hive of the Eye Tyrant, activate Field of Ruin, or activate Castle Locthwain, which is also the really important land once you're empty-handed, a way to kind of draw back. So if this deck was just playing 26 swamps, it wouldn't be that good, but the amount of utility you get from lands here is awesome. So deck seems really cool. Let's give it a spin, and hopefully it's really, really cool when I play it at the DreamHack, right? So let's get right to the games. First, we're going to our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of Jim Davis, and you can show your support while getting 5% off your entire order by using the promo code JIM5 at checkout. Need singles for constructed or kitchen table play? Looking to pick up sealed product or the latest in Magic accessories? We've got you covered. CoolStuffInc.com is the place for all your Magic the Gathering needs. And remember to use the code JIM5 at checkout for 5% off. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.
All right, on the play, we've got a 2-lander with Waste Not Edict. We got to keep this. Need to draw land, but Waste Not Edict is good enough, I think, for me. We have our engine piece, spells a rule spell, and then any land is a really good draw. Some spells are also good, right? So pot of mulligans to 5. Uh-oh. It's not a thing you want to do against the discard deck too often, but excuse me. Opponents in the old Tankaroni. Remember, folks, hit that like button. Sub the Cool Stuff channel. All right? Support the content that you like. So you go. Nice swamps. Classy. Mirage Lancer. Lava Guide Pathway. All right, so interesting. I mean, this seems pretty good for us. We draw land. It's a land. Not the most ideal land, but it is a land. I would think Lava Guide Pathway means Phoenix, maybe, but we'll see what happens. Got the old Waste Not here. All right. Usually it's on blue, because most of the spells, the cantrips are all blue and stuff like that, so when you want to chain together Treasure Cruise and some cantrips, you usually want to have it on blue, so maybe they're just scared of a creature on this turn, but So I think the Fiery Impulse is an extreme likelihood. They have an island. Interesting. So we don't really know what's going on yet, honestly. We can go blank. They could obviously potentially counter it. We could just field them, honestly. I mean, most Phoenix decks only play 2 basics. They're also only blue. We fire up the blank now. It is pretty good. I mean, not enough info to go on. I'm going to chill. I'm just going to say go. Say go with the intent on fielding them on their end step. And then obviously we also have interaction up too. We'll just see what happens. I'll have more info here. End step, they're going to cast a... Alright, so they're playing Phoenix. So they play Free the Fae, mill some cards. They hit Lightning Axe, Prankster. So as long as they don't cruise this turn, which is pretty unlikely, I think we're good. They put the Prankster into their hand, which for some reason is not revealing as a card revealed. Yeah, sure, why not? Nice software. Play Pathway on blue. Alright, so this is gonna field them for a Pathway. They have their second island in their hand. That'd be cool. You take that. Alright, we get Swamp. And they actually don't. So either the island's in their hand, they're only playing one island, which is pretty huge for us. We get to untap and draw Hive that turn. So it's blank or Liliana. We want to keep them off cruise. That's probably the most important thing. If they have a Spell Pierce here, I guess whatever. But I'll just hit the go blank. So fire up go blank, see what happens. Pretty good card against the Phoenix Graveyard decks, you know? They're going to make a blue. They're going to Spell Pierce it. Wow. All right. That's not a card usually main deck in Phoenix, right? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm a little out of date maybe, but all right. I mean, that's what I was playing around last turn. Into some sort of like counter spell based interaction. Now if they just go land cruise, I guess it's not the end of the world. It's not great though. They play a Spikefield Cave. So they go. All right. We draw a Waste Knot. I'd like to draw a land there, honestly, so I can go Liliana through Spell Pierce. Again, concerned they have some sort of other interaction. It's funny because we know Field of Ruin is actually just a Stone Rain here. I'm in. Field ya. I'm going to go for the red again. Get a Swamp, cast Waste Knot. If I counter it, who cares? Second Waste Knot, not as important as the first. Cast Waste Knot. No Spell Pierce? Spell Pierce is weird main deck in Phoenix because like it's not a card that can help you return your Phoenixes. It's a reactive card, not a proactive card, so it can be awkward. Here is another Free the Fae. And they can cruise next turn, but I can do a lot next turn also, so they get Spikefield Hazard back. Again, I can't reveal it for some reason, but that's good. Here's a Spire Bluff Canal. And should we go on cruising? Nope. We're just casting the old Prankster. The old Prankaroni. Alright, so we're going to tap and we are going to draw a Swamp. So, pretty sure it's just Liliana time because just discarding a card with 2 Waste Knots in play is pretty good. We still have Edict and probably just discard a Triumph, keep the Edict. I'll see what happens, actually. You play discards. I have to decide first. So, Bitter Triumph. I mean, I guess it's to keep the Triumph. The Edict's, this thing's annoying, but whatever. Discard the Edict. Alright, what are they going to discard here? Probably Phoenix. Discard a Phoenix. I get some Zambies. And I guess we're just saying go. Yeah, this is fine. Like to defend our Liliana with these Waste Knots in play. Their graveyard's filling up. You know, they could definitely put together some sort of like big turn here with a cruise and stuff, but again, the Spell Pierce on the go blank was pretty nasty. Here's an Opt. We also have freaking Sheoldred next turn too, which is great. So I have Hive as well. So we have a lot going on here. Op number 2. The first op went bottom. Second op goes top. Impulse a token. So just emptying the clip here, trying to get back Phoenix. This is fine. They'll attack, we'll kill the Phoenix. Then we have the option to either Bitter Triumph, to Hive it or play Sheoldred. Pay 3 life. Kill this. Don't feel great, but is what it is. Liliana gets tickled. And they have 3 cards in hand. They have not played a land this turn. So, 3 spells in hand, in theory. Oh, sorry, Karn's upset about something. We draw a Meathook Massacre. That's kind of gas, actually. So, we can Massacre X equals 1 after attacking. This will die too, then. Alright, let's just bolt players. Let's bolt players discard. Let's discard the Massacre. Discard this. There are a lot of axes, too, so let's see what they discard. I mean, Hive, eat one of the Phoenixes. Eat a Phoenix, so... They discard a Hazard. We can draw 2 cards here. Awesome. We draw Mazemind Tome and Edict. Just gonna eat the Phoenix. Just fire it up. Attack here and here. And eat that Phoenix. They have 2 cards in hand. If they're able to pull this into a Phoenix attack, that would suck, but is what it is. So Sheoldred... Rule spell, looking pretty good. You can't cage mischief. Can't cage mischief. Of course, really good. All right, sleight of hand. Start there. Take one of the cards. Sleight of hand number 2. And looking for a... Cruise, I guess, is the best place to be. Don't really have great options to bin a Phoenix here, honestly. And try and kill Liliana. If I can't kill Liliana, it's like so good for us too. Here's Consider. Wow. Wow. That was so lucky. They nailed the Arclight Phoenix off the Consider. So basically 1 mana cantrip into, and that'll kill my Liliana. That was pretty gross, I'm not going to lie. But sure, is what it is. So we untap, we draw a Go Blank, Swamp. So we're just going to play Sheoldred and then play Mazemind Tome, I guess. It's annoying. It's definitely a pretty big hit, but sure. So play Shelly, play Tome, sorry, and just say go. Wow. Consider hitting Phoenix is like, it's just actually cantrip and Doom, which is, you know, unbelievable. So that's a good one. We'll see if we can do that. So let's say go. See what's up. Here comes Shelly. Now, of course, a cruise is very painful. They've already burned 2 axes too, so they have a 3rd axe? No, you don't. No, you don't. All right, so we get to draw off Waste Not, which is sweet. So gain 4 life. We draw Duress. All right, so they kill the Sheoldred, which sucks, but still doing fine here, I think. Liliana, Duress, Edict. They have a cruise now too, man. Third lightning axe, pretty good. All right, so here's a cruise. And they are now exactly halfway through their deck. All right, what's up? Keep it going. Cruise again, sure. Maybe we're scrying end step. Duress is going to be a recall for sure, which is nice. Alright, I'm just going to scry. Scry and see. Swamp. Alright, bottom. So yeah, we're going to Duress them, draw 2. We can Liliana, draw 2 also. Actually, that's not a guaranteed draw 2, but... Alright, so 6 cards in hand. In theory, all spells, but let's drop Thoughtseize. Sure. So, Duress you. We see Cruise, Galvanic, Trespass, Impulse. Obviously, the Time Walk is of major concern here. So are the Cruises. Honestly, I guess the Time Walk isn't even that bad. I only have 70 cards in the graveyard, and it's cost a lot of mana to do multiple times. I have removal spells also. Let's take Cruise. Take one of the Cruises. Draw 2. Looking for a go blank here, too. That'd be nice. Honestly, Field of Ruin's great, too. We just field them and Stone Rain them, which is pretty awesome. We know their hand is these cards. Yeah, just like land. They have a Fiery Impulse. Don't really care. Just field them. And then Thoughtseize and then Liliana. Get a Swamp. Good old Stone Rain. And then we are going to Thoughtseize them. Take the other Cruise. This is now all 4 Cruises. So those are all gone, which is nice. Draw some more cards. Draw Fatal Push. Cool as well. Now their hand is Shredder, Galvanic, Impulse, Temporal. We just kill all their stuff, I think. So we just like Fatal Push and Edict. And I think that they are... I guess it's always going to do this now. We should do it on their turn. So, alright, so yeah, we'll just stack for 2. I might even just like draw Mazemind Tome, honestly, now I think about it. There's no reason to really push this Edict. There's no reason to guess push either, I guess. Sure, whatever. I got a little hasty, but it's fine. We're in a dominating board position, so I think we're fine. All 4 Cruises are gone. They have 2 lands in play and can't really cast anything. So opponents fight an uphill battle to be sure. Get a stack of nice swamps in play too. I mean, freaking look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's awesome. Begin combat. Yeah, we'll just Edict. Now let's draw a card. Draw a card's fine. We're gonna have a life back soon-ish anyway. It's not too soon, but how about we just cast the Picklock here, I guess, or cast like a Shredder? Sure, it's fine too. Cast Shredder. Alright, yeah, I mean, looking pretty good. Draw a card, draw a Hive, untap. Draw a Bitter Triumph, also fine. I mean, I think we just Liliana plus here. Really putting the squeeze on them. Discard extra Hive. They discard a spell. We draw 2. Discard a Borrower, sure. It works fine for me. And then we just kill their stiff. We actually force them to loot here too, which is kind of gas. So we get to get more wasteland triggers. So sacrifice a non-token creature. Shredder triggers. Musk Connive. More wasteland triggers. Discarding Galvanic. Draw 2 cards. Like, opponent's a real trooper. I don't know. You're going to Thoughtseize you. Just gotta keep playing. Alright, sure. Take the opt. Draw 2 cards. Going to Fatal Push. Going to play Castle. Going to attack. I have to imagine that they are 0% from here. They're not a prayer in the world can do it. So you're up, friend. One Phoenix in the bin. Yeah. So, all right, cool. So, even without handling the graveyard, that game worked out well. They had that really kind of random spell Pierce for our Go Blank, which would have gotten like 4 or 5 cards early, which would been pretty sweet. But I would say Duress, Leyline of the Void, both pretty exciting cards here. Languish Invoke Massacre is not very good. Yeah, so I would say the Prank is not so great. The Massacre is not so great. Virtue not so great. This card's weird because like it is kind of good if it lives, but it's not awesome. Just kind of clunky. Go Blank's great. Cling's great. Duress is great. The Bitter Triumphs are also pretty unexciting. Like they're just a really bad removal spell, and the life matters too. I keep the bad in. Yeah, I don't love the pushes, but they deal with the 1/3 and they can kill a Phoenix. Edict's also not particularly exciting, but yeah, I think it's fine. Massacre's like a little interesting, I guess, because like if you're just killing 2 Phoenix and getting some life is kind of cool too. But I think these cards are all slow and crappy, so just cut all these. And then yeah, the back kind of overloads their axes too, so let's try this. And these Go Blanks, I want to use them. Not get Spell Pierced, hopefully. Alright, so we're on the draw. Hand is fine. Not great. Has the Go Blank, though, which is pretty clutch. Has push for the first Shredder. Has a Tome. Has Citadel. Has turn 2 Field Ruin if you really want it, so. Yeah, turn 1 Sleight of Hand. You got it. And yeah, Worship by Citadel, I think. All right, that's a lot of Go Blanks. We like the sound of that a lot. I think second Go Blank changes things a bit. I'm not supposed to Citadel. I might not even play Shredder into an open swamp anyway, so I think it's pretty unlikely that this gets cast. Card's sweet. Cool card. Makes all of our other lands a lot better. Not too hard to slip in a tap land somewhere in this deck. Alright, friend. What do you got? You're blanking for days here. Go Blank is a unbelievably powerful card against them. Obviously, if cashed in the mid game, just exiling 5 cards in their graveyard puts them back so far. Makes the first cruise so difficult. So pretty sweet. We see a pathway for them. They're just gonna say go. So we're just gonna try and resolve a Mazemind Tome. If they want to Spell Pierce it, please do. Honestly, no skin off my back because these are the real winners here. Might just pick Lock Fairy here. That'll bin 3 cards, putting a total of 4 in the graveyard. So probably can't cruise me. Alright, free the Fae. They hit Axe, Consider, and Cruise. So there's the first cruise. Goes to the hand. Again, I can't show it for some reason, but whatever, I guess. I guess if they had, like, Land Consider, they could cast the cruise right now, but... If they have Spell Pierce, it's gonna suck, but... What am I gonna do? You know, like... Are we gonna Scry? I don't think so. Yeah, I guess we are. Probably need 4 cards up for Tome, so. Piece of the puzzle here would be phenomenal for us, obviously. Let's tap out for that. Put a bunch of cards in the graveyard, which eat them all and then mind rot them, which is phenomenal. Here's a Sleight of Hand, sure. Anything else, friend? Maybe. Maybe yes, maybe no. Consider. All right, out of blue, great. You know what time it is, folks? It is Go Blank time. I think we're not going to scry, actually. I don't know what... I guess I'll scry. It seems hard not to describe the first time. The first castle was up that. So untap. And castle and Blankia. So all that stuff's gone. Just get rid of all of it. So go to 4 cards in hand and then no graveyard, which feels phenomenal for us. See what they discard here. They're going to discard some stuff. What's going on out there? Something. Discard an Impulse and an Axe, I think. I don't actually recall what was in the graveyard. Whatever, we're good. So no Phoenixes, 1 Axe down, 1 Impulse down. They have a pieces of the puzzle to try and rebuild here. We can just nab them again, which is awesome. Top with Opt. Play land. No island, right? No island. Keep an eye on those islands for our Field of Ruins, you know? Gonna say go. Sure. So we're going to untap. And we didn't scry. I think it's fine. I think we're going to just draw. Not going to blank into the open mana and stuff because they can't really do much next turn anyway, so I guess they could like pick lock into cruise maybe, but if they cruise we just blank them in response after the cruise. It's like kind of fine, so let's draw a card. That's a good draw. Alright, sweet. Ship it. Waste none it is. You want to spell pierce this? Fine. Just better go blank next turn. Resolves. Nothing. Just stone nothing. So what we like to see, folks. Next turn we have go blank. They can go through spell pierce. Crackling Drake. I do love me a Crackling Drake. No lies. Okay. So we can obviously field here and then just kill this. Let's see here. We're just gonna draw. So we can like go blank them. I'm sorry. We can. We can do. Actually, we have set up. We can do everything. We can go blank them. I'm sorry. We can field them. Push and then go blank. And then push on spell pierce. They have a. We also can get mana up to go blank too. It's kind of awkward as far as how we want to sequence this. Like what do I want to do first? Well, they just go blank first actually. So they discard lands, even though they would have 2 cards in the graveyard. So I kind of want to kill both of these before I go blank. Yeah, I'll do that I guess. So let's field and hit this thing. This will untap an island for them, obviously, but I think it's fine. Cast Fatal Push. It's definitely a question of do I want to go blank or not. Because I think Spell Pierce is a very likely card for them to have. Maybe I should just go blank first. I don't know. If I blank now and they Spell Pierce, it's pretty bad. But if I don't, they can just cast Retro Cruise. Yeah, just do it. I don't love this. I might get Spell Pierce, but we have pretty good stuff to do. All right, never mind. If it resolves, also it's just like a huge, huge win. So goodbye, Lightning Axe and a Braid. We draw 2 cards. That's awesome. Draw Sheoldred land. Love it. A little flooded on the land end here. That's fine. End step opt. Try and rebuild. Sure. Is it Charm? Draw 2, discard 2. Never been a fan of this card. I think this card's the definition of all-in-one printer. Does no things particularly well. So make black, and then also make a creature. We can draw off our tome, which is awesome, and they pack it up. Sweet. Cool. Good stuff. All right, so we are on the play here with a really sketchy hand. 2 lands, 2 2-mana removal spells, 2 4-drops, and a go blank. And we got a mulligan us 1. Don't have double black. Like, this hand has to draw a land in the first 2 draws, or we just lose. Even then, it's not very good. I'm just not mulligan. 2 4 drops, 2 2-mana removal spells, 2 4-drops, and a go blank. Then we got a mulligan us 1. Don't have double black. Like, this hand has to draw a land in the first 2 draws, or we just lose. Even then, it's not very good. I'm just not mulligan. all get into, I mean, not a great hand, but a better hand. We have Locthwain and Citadel, which is pretty cool. And then our removal spell on a Thoughtseize, so that's fine. I'll make this one work. Keep this. Ship a Swamp, and just gonna fire up turn 1 Thoughtseizes. Hope it's good enough. We see mono red. Kamano, the Deepest Might guy, Roiling Vortex, and Soul Scar Mage. Obviously not very good for our hand that's totally reliant on Castle Locthwain, but I think we just take the Vortex, I think. It's the card we interact with the least profitably. And we just say go. Not thrilled. And they play the ugliest mountain you've ever seen and a Kamano, sure. So at 17, we draw a Liliana of the Veil. So we're going to Edict into Liliana, I guess. Which isn't too bad. They play another mountain. They play Soul Scar Mage. Give it the counter. Their hand is the Deepest Might and a mountain. And they play another Kamano. It sucks. So, like, I mean, if we Edict here, then Liliana, like, probably pluses, which is even, like, that good. That's still, but if we do nothing, we Edict, then this just dies. Yeah, I'm just gonna Edict them. So each opponent's attack is not a creature. And Kamano down to 16, untap and draw a, that's a good draw, a Virtue of Persistence. Problem is we Liliana now, what do we even do with it? Like, do we, maybe we just hold it, actually. We just play Citadel and say go. This thing flips, they attack. We Virtue the 2/2, and then just use it as an Edict later. By playing it now, we're just exposing it for no reason, so I'll just do this. Play this land and say go. They get to do their things. So they have a Suspire, which is a pretty good one. So they got pretty good beats here. Play a land also. They played the correct lands. They have a 4/4 and an unknown in hand. And we draw a Geier Reach Sanitarium. So we can Liliana here or Virtue. If they draw a land and they cast the God, we're probably in trouble because obviously we're just kind of down on cards here, down on our luck here a little bit too. But Liliana's just more cost efficient. Just Edict them and then make them, gain a life or whatever by forcing them to attack this. We say go. Maybe we draw a good spell and play Virtue. This thing flips. Kind of a spot where land or spell is good for them here, so they attack Liliana and me. So Edict gain 2 life is at the, when we're behind, at the worst thing in the world. And we see, alright, that's pretty bad for us. Draw a go blank, which I suppose isn't the worst ever. It's not good though. So we get their last card and exile their graveyard. Their last card was a Den of the Bugbear. And then we get to Virtue this guy, gain some life, and hope they can't kill us, honestly, because there's a number of things that deal 1 damage that will deal 4 with this thing. So here's Ramanap Ruins that would deal 4 also. So 4, 8, 10. We're already at 2, effectively. We draw a Swamp. All right, I guess we're dead. We can draw a card and go to 5. That's a land. All right, so pretty bad draw against mono red, but is what it is. We are going to bring in some stuff. We're going to bring in our Path of Peril, Second Massacre, and like Languish maybe. I would say Rankle's Prank, not very exciting. Duress, not very exciting. Go Blank's not great, but maybe Prank is better. Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair is not bad, I guess. It can kill multiple things, perhaps. I would say that, should go blank. Thoughtseize isn't great either, honestly. It's not an ideal card to have in our deck. Probably need to keep in some of them. Maybe just do this. Put the Prank in. There's 2 Thoughtseize. So, with 2 Massacres to gain life. And obviously we have Sheoldred, too. I think we're, like, okay. We just, like, have a decent hand. But, I don't know if double Locthwain, no cards that cost less than 4, qualifies as a good hand. But, pretty bad hand. Just can't keep this. None of our cards cost less than 4, so we're going to mulligan. Also, our lands are bad, too. So, mulligan into a better hand. We can keep this and ship a Massacre. Still slow, but at least playable. We have some pretty high-end cards in the matchup. Sheoldred, Massacre, and Virtue. Virtuing a 1-drop is pretty good. Not that one, though. Alright, so... Swamp. Alright, yeah, I mean... Probably just rocking the turn 4 Sheoldred, hoping it works out. Here's a land. And nothing. So, wasted trigger on the Kamano. And then no target for any of our stuff. Alright, sure, I guess. Wonder if they were playing around something there, or I'm just going to play with fire. Sure. Good old shock to the dome, 17. Good old shock to the dome. Love it. I mean, our hands full of life gain. This is pretty good for us, I think, despite our mulligans. Take 2, go to 13. And land. Chandra dressed to kill. Obviously cute in a world of with that god, but alright, so they play Kamano, say go. We draw Liliana. 2 cards in hand and a Planeswalker. Enough mana to cast the Doofus next turn. Would like to keep the Edict available for the Doofus. So we can Virtue this, or we can just Massacre it, honestly. Just make it so all future removal spells also gain life. Kind of like that, actually. So we'll just Massacre for 2. Just kind of get this in play. Just get some life gain going. It's also mana efficient too. Just kind of like spend this expensive card now. Now you can play cheap cards later. We can go Liliana and Virtue next turn. So gain a life. We're at 12. A little soft to Bugbear, I suppose. Maybe we should go land, activate Bugbear, but let's add a red, deal the damage. Here's the Deepest Might Doofer. I get to kill that with Liliana, which is super clean. Or invoke. Oh my god. Folks, if you have small children watching, please turn them away from the screen. Invoke Despair. All of it. Yeah, that's that. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Your turn. And this comes back as a land. Whatever, I guess. Gain a life. Now, they could just go land, Bugbear attack, I guess. Then we have Sheoldred, so that wasn't bad. Here's Fanatical Firebrand. And try and crawl back into the game. Here's also a Soul Scar Mage. Sure. So, take 1. We are going to draw a Fatal Push. So, with 1 card in hand, I think we're just Sheoldred time. They could have like a Roche, something like that. But otherwise, we're... Yeah, I want to hold Liliana for a better creature, I think. We can hold a push for the Bugbear as well. So, kind of like this. Just play Old Shelly and say go. See if they got the answer. Take some damage. The Temple of Power. Looks like they got nothing. So, alright. Well, I think that should do it. I think the uncontested Sheoldred probably good enough here. We have Liliana, push, Virtue. I think it's time to just unload the clip here. Just go land. Let's just Virtue on the... Oops. I'm sorry. Let's... Scorn on the Soul Scar Mage. Gain some life. Gain some life. Play Liliana. Black. Just going to Edict. Still sacrifice the Firebrand in response. We gain some life. Attack for 4. Have push for the Bugbear. I think we're all wrapped up here, thankfully. Alright, cool. Alright, so game 3. We're on the draw, obviously, which is a lot worse against Mono Red. Just is what it is. Anything sideboards. They did show us, so they showed us Chandra Kamano. Still like Duress is not even close to good enough, so we're just gonna pass along here. And just hope we can pull it together on the draw, honestly. This hand is not great. Bitter Triumph, not so good here against mono red. It's obviously playable, but is this hand keepable? It's not great. So it's like nothing, bad removal spell, Edict. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. We have to do better than this. Yeah, I mean, like, sure. So we keep this. We probably just dump the Waste Knot. We just like push on 1, tome on 2, draw, push on 3, draw, push on 4. Yeah. Obviously with no discard on the mulligan on the drawing, it's mono red. Our Waste Knot's our most finicky cards. So here's a Firebrand, just good old Raging Goblin. So I play Swamp and say go. And don't want to Fatal Push a Firebrand. I guess given no other targets I will, but sure. So I guess this is fine. Untap and Edict. So Edict's pretty good actually. Answers to God. Play Tomb and just say go. We'll scry through end step because we were interested in the life gain sooner rather than later as well. So don't need the full 4 cards off this thing. Here's a Chandra. It's a nice little Edict there. And they will add a red. Alright, sick. So let's scry one. Invoke Despair. That's a bottom. Yeah, just too far away from that as far as casting it goes. We're not going to scry an upkeep. We're just going to draw a card. Alright, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. This is fine. We're just going to Edict to the Planeswalker. So, sack a Planeswalker, play Hive, and just say go. Probably scry again next turn. We have Field for the Bugbear too, which is kind of nice. Alright, so that kind of sucks. We have Field though, it's fine. So, play this guy. We can even Field the Temple of Power, but it's really hard to flip, so it's not that big of a deal. We're going to scry. We see a Liliana. Never mind, that's even better. So, we'll keep our Field of Ruin for now. And Liliana instead. Field you push. If I could field push and draw, I'd be more inclined, but just guess Liliana. Just like make them deal with Liliana, you know? So Edict you. And if they fire up the Bugbear, I have the push too. Yeah, this is actually ideal, so. Alright, so Temple of Power, come on down. They would need to deal. There's a Chandra again. So activate only if red sources you control dealt 4 more non-combat damage. It's pretty hard to flip, honestly. So here is the Chandra. Add a red, deal 1 to my Planeswalker. It's pretty good. And then 2 cards left. Now I kind of want to hold off on this and just get some cards. So let's untap and draw a castle. Cool. So we get to play castle and just say go and then decide what we want to do. Yeah, this is fine. At 17 life, I felt pretty good here, so just chill. 2 good targets for Field of Ruin, and both of them require activations, so add a red. And just going to cast Stomp, targeting me. Sure. Wild Slash. Oh, so they're going for the flip on the Temple of Power? But I just Field of Ruin it. Sure. So, like, obviously we just... Actually, you know what? Nah, I could field the Den, and then this comes back, and I could push it. I think that's better, actually. We field this now, they get a red. They get a mountain, I mean. You're gonna keep living up mana for Den. We have a path to attack the Chandra also, just kind of cool, with our Hive, which is somewhat important. Alright, this is an interesting spot. I'm just going to field this. We can always push this later, so. So, field it. Get our land. We get to draw off our Mazemind Tome, which is awesome. And I love this mismatched mountain thing here. Alright, they are out of cards. So, draw a card. Liliana of the Veil. Untap. Draw Sheoldred. So, yeah, that's a pretty easy pickup for me, I think. Place Sheoldred on empty board. So, go. I have push up for the Bugbear. We have Mazemind to draw a card next turn. Chandra could look at the top card, try to find a spell, but I think it's fine for us right now. Alright, top card is a Kamano. Fine. Cast Bone Crusher. Also fine. And the Ramanap Ruins. Sure. Alright, so all good. Untap. Draw. Gain some life. Virtue of Persistence. Not bad. We can Edict or Virtue them. Let's draw a card first. Let's start there. Draw a card. So it's going to gain us 6 life. And we draw a Path of Peril, which is passable, I suppose. We're going to Virtue, Locthwain Scorn, targeting this. Take a little, gain a little. And attack Chandra. Still have push up here, and I think this game is not gonna call it just yet, but it is looking pretty good for us. Do you get one more card off Chandra? It's gonna be another Chandra. Sweet. All right, cool. Sheoldred takes it down. All right, let's rock and roll here. We got great hand. Thoughtseize, Waste Not, Go Blank, Prank, Keep. Have Sanitarium in the backup also, which is super sweet. So, on the draw, which is fine. Yeah, work through it. This is about as good as it gets, though. Graveyard Hit can Go Blank, very, very important in a lot of matchups. Sanitarium. Watch my videos. Yeah, CoolStuffInc.com. Promo code GM5. Buy cool games and stuff. Alright, little pause there. Sorry about that. And turn 1, Razor Virtue Thicket, Lunarch Veterans. This is going to be the Wild Growth Walkery combo deck. Should be pretty good for us, I would think. Fire up the old Thoughtseize. Prank should be good here, too, as like a pseudo Wrath. Go Blank, good against the Graveyard stuff, too. So, Thoughtseize ya and see what's going on. And called it. They've got Walker, Innkeeper, Company, and 2 lands. So, Company is definitely the best card. Walker, of course, is the more important card. We could just like take the Walker and then rely on the blank to get the Company on the next. Yeah, that's good, actually. Just take the Walker. Take the Walker. And they have 4 cards in hand. By the time they're ready to cast this Company, we'll be blanking them. Which should hit the Company and then another card too. So keep the common piece off the board. We got Temple Garden. I'm dumb. I have an Innkeeper. Alright. Sure. Maybe I just didn't read that card. That's totally cool. All right, second Company now, and it's probably bad for us, but we'll see what we can do. Let's work through it. Forgot this card was not just a Soul Ward. It's also a Treasure Maker, despite this being a really ugly treasure. So take 1. And now we play Waste Not, and then they just cast Company, and yeah, that's bad. All right, so yeah, actually take the Company. That's my bad. My bad. Freaking Jurassic Park treasure tokens. 3 cards in hand. We'll look at the cards in their hand, I guess, which is kind of cool. But all right, so obviously if they nail their Company here, we just die. But them's the breaks, I suppose. We got a Waste Not, so they discard the land here. We also get to play Waste Not too, which is kind of cool. So let's blank you. And they're going to see a Company response. Please don't hit Amelia and a Wild Growth Walker, because that would suck. They hit Amelia and an Explorer creature. So they are some of the way there. The good news is that the exile here is somewhat relevant. So trigger Amelia 4 times. Overgrown Tomb. Let's get a Knight of Dusk's Shadow. So they've drawn the explorers are actually kind of screw up our. All right, this is actually a pretty cool turn. So all of our explorers get them the lands discard to the go blank, but then I get 4 mana and I can Rankle's Prank and kill more of their stuff, which is kind of gas. That's actually do enough really, but so now their hand is these 3 lands and 2 other cards. They discard land. I get black. Then I can prank. Each player discards, and then each player sacks 2 creatures. Get more mana. All right, so they're going to discard a land. And they actually discarded a Chord of Calling also. So I only get black. I draw a card. And then we play second Waste Not. Hope we don't die. We're probably going to die. But that's fine. It's not me. I should have obviously taken the company. All right, my dad. What do you got? Here's Overgrown Tomb. And here is a Chord for Wildgrowth Walker. Yep. So nice turn 4 kill. Our fault, obviously, because we let them have the company. So Walker, Explorer, Infinite Life, 2020, and that will do it. So that's the old joke in that one. All right, so that one's on me. My bad. We're going to bring in what? We're going to bring in, say, Languish and Path of Peril both seem pretty good. Duress is interesting because, like, their best cards are spells. They don't have that many of them, though. Massacre is pretty cool, too. Don't want any Graveyard Hate. Don't want Invoke Despair. Amusing how their Explorers are, like, kind of good against our discard, but Ravenman, let's bring in these 3. I would say the Deepest Betrayal, not really necessary. Cling to Dust, also not very good. And then need to cut 1 more card. Maybe a Sheoldred. They don't have much removal. Yeah. I kind of like that. So let's jam this. All right, so on the butt. And hand is okay. Not great, but we're going to keep it. We have Massacre on turn 4. Should kill some stuff. Liliana's not bad either. Mazemind Tome on turn 2 is not ideal, but it's fine. Interesting battle between Mazemind Tome and Reckoner Bankbuster in this deck, where Tome draws an extra card and gains some life, which can be pretty important. Whereas the Bankbuster vehicle isn't really as good. You don't play many creatures, so like kind of a fun which one do you play scenario. Remember, folks, as always, the companion article to this video on CoolStuffInc.com. I do a video article every Monday and a written article every Friday. And you can find both those as well as great deals on all games, Magic the Gathering, and more on CoolStuffInc.com. Promo code Jim5, 5% off your order, CoolStuffInc.com. Think it. Shaper's Sanctuary. All right, so the good news is that we have no target removal in our hand. Honestly, don't have much target removal in our deck. We're like, you know, Edict the Facts and sweepers and stuff, so that's kind of cool. Play of a Tomb, and I don't think we're going to scry. We'll see. You know, we have Liliana and a Massacre, which is pretty good. They play a creature, I just Edict them, which is awesome, because they haven't played a fodder creature yet. Looking like they're going to play an Amelia. Fantastic for us. I don't think I'd bother scrying. I guess I'll scry. Scry 1. Thoughtseize. We're going to keep that on top. Not really a great spot to play it yet, but so we Liliana here. Play Sanitarium. This is nice, obviously. Just a clean Liliana. And of course, it's not actually trigger Sanctuary, just great too. So it's that creature. Thoughtseize is like a pseudo removal spell without targeting Sanctuary, which is nice. And then I have Massacre for 2 next turn. We want that as well. So you can either go draw a card with Tome and Thoughtseize next turn, or Meathook Massacre for 2 next turn, which is pretty good. Here's a Wild Growth Walker. And a Scout. So they get to explore, pump the Walker, gain some life. Top card's Mana Confluence into their hand, sure. am I interested in a scry here? Obviously, every scry is one less card as the game goes on, but they have 4 cards in hand. Starting mana confluence to the Liliana is pretty easy. And then Massacre doesn't do a ton here either. I guess we're going to scry. Scry 1. Bottom of Citadel. I'm not going to scry and upkeep though. I'm just going to draw. So we draw a Fatal Push. That's actually pretty good, right? So we can just Fatal Push the Walker. We'll draw a card, whatever. It's just an unsummon. It's still reasonable. Let's Liliana first. Discard a Swamp. And then we're going to push, make them draw a card, and then Thoughtseize them. Discarded the Temple Garden, not the Mana Confluence. Interesting. We're going to Fatal Push this. They draw a card. And then we're going to Thoughtseize them and leave up mana for Mazemind Tome. So Thoughtseize you. Hand is now Skyclave, Dina, Chord of Calling. So Skyclave can hit either the Mazemind Tome or the Liliana. If they do that, however, I get to Massacre them pretty nastily. Dina Soul Seeper is not super relevant. And then they have Chord for potentially 2, which is also pretty good. I think Chord's the best card in their hand. It's the most flexible card by far. So take the Chord. Play land. We'll just say go here. We have Massacre, possibly for 3 next turn also, which would be really, really good if we can find a land. So we have a couple looks at it and scries. All right. Confluence. So here's Confluence. You can Skyclave. We actually want them to Skyclave and Dina here, so we can draw a land for thingy. Skyclave will hit. I'm not even sure, honestly. Hit the Liliana, sure, it's fine by me. And then they're going to attack for 1. We draw a card, Mazemind Tome, and hopefully find land number 5. We do find it, awesome. So no blocks. I think we're looking pretty good here. Oh, they can't play Dina, right? Yeah, it's not a mana creature. So Dina and one other card in hand. We draw a Virtue of Persistence. Is that a better play than Meathook Massacre? I think it is, actually. So let's draw a card with the Tome first and see what we draw. And then probably just Virtue this Skyclave. They will draw a card, I guess. Let's see here. And Virtue can kill Dina, too. But then I can't draw a card off Mazemind Tome. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Virtue. Let's draw a card first. Draw a card first, see what happens. So, draw a card. This is our 4th trigger. Gain 4. And we draw a something. Not anything. Just a card. Any card. Some kind of card. Swamp, sure. So if I land, we have the castle too, which is kind of nice. So let's cast Castle Locthwain Scorn. Kill this. They draw a card. We get a 2/2. And set up for Massacre next turn, perhaps. So 3/3, sorry. Now you got this thing hanging out too, which if the game goes super long. Play Blooming Marsh. And it looks like they probably drew company, which is not ideal. So we draw a Languish. Yeah, so they end up company, they just win if they hit the combo, which is pretty bad for us. But all right, yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to draw off Castle. Try and draw a kill spell. We did not. We draw Waste Not. All right, well, we're at the mercy of their company. So they rip the company, and now if they company into combo pieces and kill us, them's the breaks, I guess. Just going to say, let's see here. I guess we attack, sure. So they cast company. Just gonna end step it. Maybe they didn't draw company? That seems weird, yeah. There's company. Alright, well, don't hit on me, friend. 1 Gilded Goose. That's it. Just 1 Gilded Goose. All right. That is the opposite of a hit. That is a stone miss, a big fat turkey. And they play Dina. So whenever you gain life, each one loses 1 life. They can sack creatures to grow. Sure. Looks like a Languish or Massacre target for me. Two cards. They have a Chord of Calling also. Sure. Not sure what the chord is for here. Main phase. Oh, I return to the ranks. Ew. So these ETB, if they have a way to explore or gain life, we lose. All right, they got us. Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. That is certainly a way to win the game. All right, so they gain life, explore, start the combo. Yeah, they got us. I mean, yeah. Of course, one of the things about playing a discard deck is that your opponent's top card of the library is always very live, and while their company totally whiffed, the return was pretty good too. So, all right, yeah, you got us, I guess. GG. All right, so kind of cool that the Waste Not is like it's just not a meme. It's like a meme card for so long. Obviously, very amusing. We played an entire league and did play against Smuggler's Copter a single freaking time, which is kind of the whole point of playing Waste Not. Not the whole point. The point is this deck is already good, but the idea of metagaming in Magic and having the best deck for a tournament is to play a deck that's already very good, but then also very well positioned also. So if a deck is already good, and then everyone's playing Copters and you're playing Waste Not, that's great. So we didn't play against any Copters to see kind of how that works, unfortunately, but I think it's actually pretty sweet. The lands are really, really good. Waste Not's pretty powerful. A lot of incidental discard also. Make sure you pay attention to paper also. Like, channel, cycling, are all discard effects for Waste Not, which is important to note. But deck's kind of sweet, honestly. Deck I'm strong considering for the RC. Looks really fun too, and kind of off kilter, which is fun as well. So we'll see what happens. But really, really cool deck. You like mono black decks? I know a lot of you do. I like playing Pioneer. This might be the deck for you. Check it out. So I'm Davis of CoolStuffInc.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you fine folks next week. And again, hopefully I won the regionals. We'll see. Peace out, folks. Have a good one.